Hey everyone, how's it going? We're back to Buckin's Pro Mac 850. Pretty happy with where this project's going. We're sneaking up on the timing numbers. I don't want to go too far on this. I want the saw to rip, but I don't want it to go. These saws are very torquey out of the box. I don't want to drop the torque curve off that we just have a screamer. So I'm sneaking up on the numbers a little at a time. That was fun the other night on the phone with Buckin timing that power saw that he has there. If you guys haven't seen that, go over to his channel. I think the title is First Time Ever Timing a Power Saw. That was fun. That saw is a mystery saw. We don't know who ported it. His buddy there, Power Saw Rob. How's it going, Rob? Rob bought that saw. It wasn't running. From the story he told me, it wasn't running, and he took it down to put new seals or whatever in it, and it's ported. So he threw the saw back together, and he brought it, and Buckin tried it, and the saw runs pretty good. And he sent me pictures of the exhaust and intake port and the transfers. They're way larger than the ports on this saw, but it runs good. So not to say that large ports don't work, but it's somebody's gone in there and really massaged things. So we were kind of curious. I wonder what the timing numbers are. Well, Buckin had a timing wheel, so he got a drill chuck rigged up, and we timed that saw. It's funny because that saw is about exactly where I thought it would be. So kind of neat. I could hear it when he ran it in several videos. Anyways, so we're still working on this Pro Mac 850. This pipe. I tried the pipe out. It's okay, but I think we can do better. I went in and hogged out this 90 this morning quite a bit. Just floated a little bit, so I'm happy with that. Now I can get my pinky in there. But I think this pipe, friends, is too long, okay? So I'm going to bring you guys in close here, and I'm going to show you what I propose to do. Let's see if we can get this back on here. There we go. Bring you guys in here. You guys can have a look-see. Flip this thing around. Okay, so here's our pipe. The idea was the exhaust port on these is biased to the clutch side, right? So I welded a pipe on an angle. I'll show you guys this again. Okay. Again, I go into these pipes and try and get rid of any bumps or imperfections when you weld. The hard part about welding thin material like this, and again, I'm no welder, you want penetration, but you don't want too much penetration. You want a good strong weld, but if you penetrate too much, you're going to end up with big bumps on the inside. So, again, I'm just going to keep practicing with this little welder. We're going to do some welding today on the channel. This pipe, I made it long on purpose. I wanted to see too long is better than too short, right? In theory. So I welded this pipe together, and I think it's a little too long. Buckin concurred. I sent them video of the saw running. So I'm going to take this. Okay, I've made some lines here with the old felt marker. I want to take about 1.5 inches out of here. We have enough space here. I don't want this touching the ground. And remember, the handle's here. So we do have room. I'm not sure. Either I'm going to rebuild all of this. I might just cut the header pipe off here and start over again. Or I'm going to cut it here and here probably and weld this section back on. I have to see if I can make the curvature. I really wanted this to fit nice and tight to the body of the saw, and it does. We had to miss this mount here. But I like this. It blows the chips away. If you guys are building pipes, be thoughtful of how the guy running the saw is flipping the saw on its side. You don't want it to blow at you. You know, that other one that I built is like this. I wanted it to blow away from Buckin. You don't want to catch your pants on fire. It does happen. You don't want to make a cool pipe for your buddy and then he burns his leg or... So be mindful, flip the saw all the way around and think about what positions the saw will potentially be run at. Okay, so I'm going to get to work here. I am going to cut this. I'm going to cut a section out of this, or I'm going to make a new section. I haven't decided yet. I'll let you guys know when I've figured it out. Okay, there we go. Okay, I cut this thing all apart. This is the piece we want. Okay. Now, I cut this section out here. Now, my original thought was to do this, but again, I don't want it blowing back at the saw, right? Or, you know, on Buckin's leg. I just, when you're running a power saw, if he's in a precarious situation and he's not paying attention, I don't want to burn his leg, and that's the real deal. So, I think what we're going to do, I have this piece here. I think I'm going to incorporate this piece somehow and get it so that it's flowing away from him, I think. It's okay, no time wasted, right? We're just having fun in the saw shop, trying to figure out. I also have this piece. This is just junk from my yard, and that's what I make pipes out of. It's kind of fun. I don't know. It's a Psychobilly Cadillac rat rod kind of deal, and that's what I like. So okay, so we're gonna have to modify this for sure in some way. I'm gonna tack this up, grind it, tack it, cut it, stare at it, probably grind it apart 93 times, and we'll get something going on here. Also, make sure the clutch cover comes off if you're going to do this. A lot of things to think about. I have made pipes that I think are amazing, just to find out that they don't work, because when you get the saw all mocked up, it's touching, or you can't get a piece in, or so. And these are hard because that bolt there is hard to get at. Okay, I'm going to prep all this and tack a few pieces together and mount it back on the saw. Okay, everyone. This is what we're going to do. Remember, be mindful. Don't grind, weld, or anything with an open exhaust port. I'm sure most of you guys know that. I just thought I'd mention that. Okay, now what we're going to do is, I mean, we're going to play with this, Buckin and I, but I think what I'm going to do is probably cut this down to about there. And I think that should give us what we're looking for, I think. I'm going to finish tacking this, and we'll finish weld it. I'll show you guys my awesome, not very good welding skills. Okay, friends, let's finish weld this. Slow and steady wins the race when you're welding something like this. There we go. Once you get the rod hot, she goes pretty good. Keep it clean. See if we can get you guys in closer. I'm trying to weld horizontal. Okay, let's see what we got here. Again, I should probably get a MIG, and I will. There's that spot we burnt through. This is working though. Too bad of a job. You get penetration with heavier, with amperage turned up. A little bit of spatter. There's our welds. I'm getting there, but I'm happy. Okay, got to try and fill this hole. There we go. That seemed like a good amperage. I'm still learning this machine. Again, friends, I'm not a welder. Okay, everyone. Just felt like going outside. It's just beauty out. Here's what we got. Oh, I think we got something this time. Little slosh cut action. I like it. We'll try her like this. I might have to taper that down a little bit, but we'll go from here. I want to make sure this thing has pull now. That's what we got. Is there anything better than creating something with your own hands and the tools you have at your disposal? I think not. Let's start putting this thing back together, and then we can fire her up. It's sad. Soon it'll snow and it'll be winter time. I'm going to take advantage of all the nice weather I can. What else do we got here? A couple of these. Washer on there. Okay. Oh yeah, this is going to be rowdy. Super rowdy. Okay, let's put the handle back on. This bolt right here with this fastener. Right here into the tank. Just going to get started. I usually start here. I don't know why, but I start at this one. Then I stand the saw up and down. Right here, washer. Drop that through there. Then that goes into the bottom of the saw. Where's my socket? Right here. Okay. See, get that started. There we go. Grab this. These Macs are actually pretty easy to work on now that I've, done it a few times. I understand. I did not understand how these things went together and came apart when I first started working on them, and I just bumbled. This is the only saw like this, that's for sure. Mac is a Mac. There's nothing else like these saws. Okay, this one here, these often are missing. That goes in there, and this goes through the back into the back of the handle. And we just screw that into there like that. That piece will fall out until you get the screw going in. It just kind of sits there. See if we can get it back in now. There you go. And this screw here. I love making pipes for saws. That's probably, I don't know, it's just fun. Glad I get to share this with you guys. Okay, reef this down. It's funny, these saws actually had really, really good anti-vibe for their era. My hands don't like vibration at this point in my life, so this is an old saw that I could probably still run because they are pretty smooth. One of the smoothest saws of this era, I would say. Smoother than the Huskies and Stills of this era, in my opinion. And again, I think vibration's fairly subjective. Okay, let's flip this back around here. Got this nice new starter cover. Air deflector chip guard from Jason Mercer. Nice fellow he is for sending that. Thank you, Jason. There we go. This one going in there. Macs also have more screws holding the recoil on than any other saw. There's like 5 or 6 of them. 6 of them? 7? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 screws holding these recoils on. I guess they really wanted to make sure that they weren't going to fall off. This saw is dirty. I kept tipping it on its side when I was playing with the pipe. And of course not paying attention to the fact that I was spilling bar oil and fuel everywhere. Oh well. Them are the breaks when you're having fun with power saws. Just putting the front screw in here. Can't wait to fire this thing up. I just want to hear it. See if it has the right crack. A good pipe has a sound. Oh, there's another one on the top here too that I forgot about. A good pipe has a certain sound. It's almost got a crack to it. And they do help with power, believe it or not. I know some people are skeptical. Try one. Try building one and keep tweaking it. When you get it right, you'll feel it. I sure did. These Macs need all the help they can get pipe-wise. They're very stifled from the factory. Okay, let's tighten this down. This one. This one. And to the back. Okay, friends, I'm just going to finish buttoning all these down, and then we can see what this saw is going to do. Give me a couple seconds here, and to put the few last fasteners in, and then let's fire the saw up. Okay, let's try this thing out. I hope this pipe works. Okay, friends, so you ask, what is a good pipe? How do you know? I can feel it now. We got her. This pipe is snappy. Pay attention to the bends. I put more restriction farther away. Okay, remember the old pipe went up and down. We weren't sure what it was going to do. Now I went in and I ported this whole interior. I went in with long burrs and I smoothed the insides of the welds. There, you can see it there. Attention to detail. Whether that does anything or not, I don't know, but I'm just a particular feller. I want you guys to watch the trigger. Okay, I'm going to fire the saw back up. I want you guys to watch the trigger, okay? When I touch the trigger, there's no stumble, no hesitation. The saw goes wing, wing, okay? That's what you want in a good ported saw, in my opinion. I want no lag. I want to hit that trigger and I want that saw to light up. Okay? Let's try a restart. How about a little restart action? Okay, friends, well, I'm pretty happy. I can feel the difference. This saw, I had too much restriction in the last muffler. I did that on purpose. I figured I could keep cutting it shorter. This saw was a little picky to idle. It started and tuned fine, but as you guys can see, this thing's been sitting. Let's try a restart. Got to start this one with the decom. I'm happy. There you go, friends. Just a little fun, little morning time fun on the weekend. I'm happy. I think we got her just right. None of the exhaust hits your hand. It's not hitting the ground right away, so that's kind of a good thing. Again, be aware. Look, the exhaust goes here, there, right there. Even if you had to run the saw upside down, it's not going to hit your leg, even when you're bucking. Okay, picture Buckin's going to be bucking with this thing. It's always going to blow away from him. That's what you want. I'm happy. Give you guys another close-up. Anyhow, friends, like I said earlier, It's just nice to be able to build something from scratch. That really comes in handy. Oh, got my walker's hat on. It really comes in handy with these vintage power saws, because if you can't buy it, might as well make it, right? I've always been of the mindset I'd rather make things than buy them. Well, this is a perfect example. You can have something custom and fun for a couple hours that took. Anyhow, friends, next time you see this saw, we'll put it in some wood and test it again. I'm not sure if I'm happy with the porting numbers, although now, with this pipe, it feels better. Now, there's no bar and chain. A saw is always going to be snappier with no bar and chain, but it feels better now. It sounds better. It idles better. So, with any luck, I think we got a winning combo here. I might add a little more intake timing to it and or raise the exhaust roof more. We'll decide that. Buckin and I, when I say we, will decide that when I put it back in the wood. Anyhow, friends, as always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. See you guys later.